I'm Gus Downing, publisher and editor of the D&D Daily, and this is the LP News Network. We're here today with Jim Shepard, National Account Manager for Protection One. Protection One is a national leader when it comes to delivering retail business security that does more for you. They've built solid relationships with their retail clients by delivering an exceptionally high level of customer service. They know that each year almost $40 billion worth of merchandise is stolen and understand how organized retail crime, shoplifting, and internal theft can dramatically impact your bottom line. Operating with razor-thin margins and tight security budgets, today's retailers are faced with a long list of issues that center around loss prevention and inventory control. Customer and employee safety are always a concern as well. Protection One, fire holdups, burglary, and unauthorized access to stock. Fraudulent slip and fall claims, shrinkage, gift card fraud, and sweethearting can have a huge impact on resources and profits. Protection One has the breadth and depth of experience and can serve the needs that range from burglary protection and fire monitoring to access control and state-of-the-art event-triggered video solutions. Their goal is to help you maximize ROI for your loss prevention programs by leveraging your current legacy equipment while quickly incorporating new integrated solutions. With multiple personal customer information data breaches in the news headlines, PCI compliance is also a huge concern, and Protection One can help you there as well to implement the physical security requirements of your PCI compliance plan at your stores and data facilities. If you operate a single retail location or have a national chain of retail stores, Protection One will provide outstanding security differentiated by careful attention to detail from installation through ongoing services like data monitoring and accurate billing. They offer a security program for national retailers that is managed through their National Account Center in Dallas, Texas. Their focus on employee training enables them to constantly deliver a great customer experience. They've received their industry's highest honor, the 2012 SDM Dealer of the Year Award, for unmistakable success, innovation, use of industry best practices, and notable growth and accomplishments. Protection One is growing because they take care of their retail customers, and as you know, in this industry, word gets around fast. With that, I'd like to thank Jim for being here today.
Thanks, Gus. Glad to be here.
You know, what are some of the trends that Protection One is seeing in the retail industry as it relates to security?
Well, I'm going to talk about something a little bit different. I've got 25 years in this industry, and we've been preaching this shift from analog to IP on the camera side. And as you know, loss prevention has always been a separate, disparate technology from the CIO and the operations of a retailer. But everything now ties to the network. It doesn't matter what you purchase these days, everybody's going to want to plug into a network. With that creates two problems. One is bandwidth size. We're all fighting for bandwidth. Video obviously requires a huge pipe to send videos up or downstream. The other one is data security. We all know about data breaches and loss of customer data over the years. So there's a great concern on how to manage these networks and how to now separate them. I mean, for years we were all trying to be part of the same network that's taking that transactional data from the stores to corporate. Now there's a concern that it now needs to be separate. Well, the problem when you separate them is there's just not a lot of bandwidth providers out there. They're each depending on which city or town you're in. It's different companies, different bandwidth sizes. Not everybody has access to those stores. Some stores you may get a DSL. Some stores you may get a T1. Some stores you may get a Comcast or a cable modem. But that pipe size is not the same. So the problem with it is someone needs to manage these networks and provide a separate network that'll support the video, the public view monitors, the alarm, and the whole transition. P1 started our own NOC. We are a Cisco Cloud and Managed Service certified partner, and we manage over 1,000 appliances already, over 750 networks. And this is separate from the IT world of these retailers.
What else are you seeing as it relates to technology that the retailers are asking for?
Well, a couple things. Now that we got video just about everywhere, we're looking at a lot of integration where video is tied to alarm events, other technologies. But we're being asked now to do voice downs, shrink tours, which is something new to us. Since some of the LP staffs have shrunk over the years, they don't have APDMs or district managers who can tour stores and look for lost items and things of that nature. We actually perform tours. These tours are scheduled by APDMs throughout their stores, and they decide when we would actually walk through a store through the physical camera system and look for things, whether it's a person in the wrong place, whether it's a safe left open, certain doors not propped or blocked, things missing off shelves, suspicious activity. But we do that, and we've actually seen some return, anywhere from 1% to 2% from the number of tours that we do. We capture live thefts, we deter thefts, things of that nature. The other one is exception reports. Historically, for open and close example, an operator would see that a store didn't close on time. Let's say a store closes at 9 p.m. or supposed to open at 8 a.m. We'd pick up a phone and call that store manager and ask them, are you going to open up on time, or are you going to close the store on time? Operations has now asked, I want to see these open and closes. They want to know that a store physically opened at 8 a.m. versus customers standing outside waiting for someone to open the door because that's holding up sales. They also want to make sure that stores are closing on time. Someone's not extending closing hours, having people in the stores past those times, far above and beyond their normal allowable work hours. The other is data, pulling that data and being able to see trends in theft. When do these thefts happen by geography? Does it happen at 2 a.m. typically? Where do these break-ins occur? How do I combat that theft? By mining that data. Lastly is we found more uses for smartphones. Being able to take actionable data, carve it out from that, and push it to an APDM or a district manager so they know how to interact. And we released a new software called Signal Chat. And all Signal Chat is it takes a group of people, for example, a store manager, an APDM, and a district manager, and say a store does not open at 8 a.m. They'll all get an instant message that says, store 1, 2, 3, 4 did not open at 8 a.m. And they can all type to each other, Joe, why didn't you open the store?
Real time.
In real time. And Joe says, well, I'm running late. Well, you need to get there. Do you want to extend the hours? Same thing on the close. Didn't receive a close signal at 9 p.m. Joe, why didn't you arm your system? Well, I need a little more time in the building. We're night stocking, or we're counting merchandise. We're doing cycle counts, the whole gambit. All this in real time, and they can extend the closing. But it gives visibility to that store manager. Now he's being overseen by the APDM as well as the district managers to manage those operational times.
Great value.
It is great value.
I understand that Protection One continues to grow its national account business, particularly in the retail space. To what do you attribute this continued growth?
I could talk about a lot of technologies and things of that nature, but it really comes down to customer service. We've been very fortunate. We're a large company now. We have over 90 offices, even one in Hawaii, which I haven't had a chance to visit yet, but I hope so. We're 3,000 techs. We actually send our own techs for service. I realize a lot of companies subcontract, and sometimes you have to because there's nobody in places like North Dakota, but we perform all of our service with our own techs. We're in the 90th percentile of doing that. And our techs arrive with 24-hour response. And we hit the 24-hour response in a 90% for all of our retailers. So it really comes down to good old-fashioned customer service. The other thing we've done, we don't have any call trees. So no matter when you call, you get a live body on the phone. And this is not somebody's going to say, hang on, let me transfer you. If you're a large retailer doing business with you, you get a live body that actually knows your account, and they can answer any question. The one thing we've come to learn over the years is when a store manager is during the day, their focus is not the alarm system or the camera system failures or needing for service. They have another job to do. And it certainly is waiting on hold to get something done. So when they make that physical call, someone picks up, a live body actually picks that up, a true account representative, and they handle that service immediately so that manager can go about their daily business.
And you also put together actually task teams that can go handle massive rollouts quickly and efficiently, like one a couple of years ago that handled a 4,000 store chain turnover to Protection One. I mean, you guys put together a heck of a team that got together and did that in record time.
Well, we didn't have any choice. If you look at someone that's going to convert, let's just say 5,000 sites, the one thing they're going to want, there's a couple things they're going to want. One is they're going to want consistency. And trust me, when you're using 3,000 techs, they're all going to think differently. So the conversion, the results are going to be different each store. It'll never be the same. The other one is minimal disruption and scope control. So to convert 5,000 sites, we put teams that have nothing but that mission. They have all the right parts. The techs are trained. They understand the scope. They understand how to ensure there's minimal customer disruption, not bothering the store managers in the stores and disrupting their time and their jobs, and then rolling out a system that's exactly the same, cookie cutter from no matter where it's at, if it's on the East Coast or the West Coast, the exact same system. And the reason why you want that same scope is because this data you're going to mine, it has to be based off the same metrics and the same design. If it's different, it's going to produce different results. And now you can't trend this data and see any ROI.
In delivering it on time, actually ahead of time, and under budget.
That's exactly right.
And you've also acquired some of the top integrators out there as well around the United States. I mean, a couple most recently.
We did. We acquired two high-end camera integration companies. We needed that skill set. You know, technicians who are used to turning screwdrivers and putting in alarm systems, they're not going to understand how to run a Cat5 and plug in an Axis camera. So we brought in some CCTV integrators.
Well respected.
Well-respected ones.
Yeah.
They actually have a retail footprint and
Right.
understand the business model. We added another large company, which increased our branch reach by 35%. Some of those brick and mortars, there's a little bit of overlap, so we'll actually shutter some of them where there's overlap, but it increased our technician by geography, and now we can continue that 24-hour response that we promised to all of our customers.
Well, good luck with the continued expansion and such.
Thank you.
And we want to thank you for being here today.
I appreciate it. Happy to be here.
Well, that's it for this episode, ladies and gentlemen. We'd like to thank you for watching. And until next time, let's keep them all safe out there.